Hello, everybody. So this is going to be a very, very brief video on how to uh, check the reliability on a scale. Now, you want to check the reliability on a scale anytime you have a multi-item measure, which is anytime you have a scale, you usually have more than one item on that measure. And so you want to check the reliability of that measure. Now, typically the standard we would apply is that you want a Cronbach's alpha of 0.7 or above. That doesn't always happen, and I've already checked some of these and to find that we won't get that for at least two of these. We'll get close with one, but no cigar. Now, in those situations, when you've already run your study and you found a Cronbach's alpha that's less than ideal, there's not a whole lot you can do. So the best thing you can do maybe is use a different measure in the next study, or maybe just look through your data to make sure there weren't any kind of errors. All right. So there's things you can do, but ultimately, if you've done all the things, you've checked all the things, and your reliability is still less than ideal, then ultimately you just have to work with what you have. But in this video, I'm just going to show you how to do a Cronbach's alpha on to check the reliability on a multi-item measure. So I've got my data here, and this data is just, well, it's from students in a class, but it's largely, it's just play data. It's just data to play with. And we won't even talk about what the different scales are. I'll just mention that there are 3 scales: NLE, OSSS, and BDI. All right. Now, to check reliability, and I'm going to do it for all 3 so that you see it 3 times, all we have to do is we go to Analyze, we go to Scale, and Reliability Analysis. Once we are there and we've gotten into our, sorry, I'm going to clear these out so that you can see everything from the start. Once we have our reliability analysis dialog box up, we then move all the items from a single scale into the items box. So NLE 1 through, I believe it's 11 or 12, sorry. We're going to move all those over into the items. Now, I can then go to statistics, and that'll bring up this dialog box, and I can check scale if item deleted. This is another thing you can do to improve the reliability of your scale if it's just abysmal. We're going to click continue, and then we're going to click OK. This gives us our output. All right, and right here is where we look. Now again, a Cronbach's alpha of 0.7 or above is what we want. Here we've got a Cronbach's alpha of 0.688. So close, not quite what we want. Now, if we come over here and look, we can notice that if we drop the 11th item, that would get us over that 0.7. And so what we might do, you know, if we were doing this for real, we might just drop item 11. Now, I'm going to do the exact same thing for my second scale. I'm going to go to Analyze again. I'm going to go to Scale and Reliability Analysis. Note that I'm doing this from the outline, from the output window. You don't have to do it from the data window. Now, I encourage you to do it from the data window if you're working with multiple data sets simultaneously. So like here, I've got another one open. I don't now, I just closed it. But if you have one data set open, then really whether you run the analysis from your output or your data is largely irrelevant. So I'm going to go to Analyze, Scale, Reliability Analysis. I'm going to take all the items from the first scale out, and I'm going to put the items from my second analysis in. Now, note here I've got OSSS2R, and that's because item 2 on this scale needed to be reverse coded. So I'm going to put items 1 and 3 and the reverse coded 2. All right, if I put the original 2 in there, then the Cronbach's alpha is going to go, it's going to have a negative value because this second item needed reverse coded. So I put those in there. I've got my if scale if item deleted, and okay. And that's terrible. But if we come down here and we look at, I mean, that's not even close to 0.7, but if we come down here and we look at things we could do, if we deleted the third item, boy, our Cronbach's alpha jumps up. I mean, dramatically so. So here's a case where I think you're very justified in dropping an item. Up here, it's a little debatable because you're only getting an increase of about 2/100ths on your scale. But here you're getting a sizable jump. So I think you're a little bit more justified here in dropping item 3 than you would be up here. And we're going to do this one final time for our third scale. So we're going to go to the scale. So analyze, scale, reliability analysis. I'm going to move out my old items and I'm going to move in my new. Boom. Make sure I got them all. Yeah. And okay. Woohoo! We got a good item. Now we could go through here and we could check, but just a cursory glance looks at the cursory look at these tells me that none of these are going to dramatically improve the reliability of our scale. So the scale is doing the trick. All right, guys, that is that. So there you go. That's how you check the reliability of a scale. Pretty simple. And so that's how you check the reliability. That's how you and that's how you interpret it. All right. And that's it for this video. All right, guys. As always, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, take it easy.